All right. Hello, friends. Look, it's December 19th. Happy Friday. Hopefully, everybody had a really great, successful trading week and month thus far. If you're gonna officially just call it uh, a 2025 from this point on, right? A lot of people are not expecting to trade. A lot of people already stopped trading yesterday. Some people traded today. Some people might or may not trade next week, right? Now, I as long as the banks are open, which is who I work for one of the banks. I'll still be working. I'll still be trading. I mean, I do this literally for my job, and I do this as a little side thing. A little. This is just my side gig, if you will, right? Because I'm already doing this for my full time job, right? So, um, I do this day in, day out. Now, look, I always preach this. It always starts off with being in the right server, right? Right space. If you're in the right space, if you got the right energy around you, then you're able to succeed, right? Then you're able to grow, right? So, what I really want to kind of just show you guys, um, he actually said it the best. Um, I got people in here asking me also when's my next giveaway, right? So let me. Oh man, we got a long ways to go, huh? So look, this is how active the server is, right? We got this server is active. It's so active. But anyways, look, you could tell, you could look. This person was up 10K on the month, really just this week alone, as a matter of fact, on his funded. I believe it was his funded, but you can just read these things that he said himself, yourself, right? So he said, if I'm being genuinely honest, I've never really had friends like that I've trusted on a personal level. So that obviously he's referring to the people in this group, to the server. We have 88 people. It's funny, 88 people in the server, and we just started the server November 13th, right? So, look, I told him I'm so happy to hear that. I'm happy to bump into people, and I think everybody that you talk to, even if it's a simple hi or hello, I think that everything in life genuinely and strongly has a purpose, right? There's a lesson. Either it could be beautiful, it could be ugly lesson, but we all meet different people to kind of learn a small piece about ourselves. Sometimes it's a lot more than just a small piece of ourselves. Sometimes people get into relationships. I know not a lot of people want to hear this, but sometimes people get into relationships just to better understand who they want to be, in hope of also growing with somebody, or maybe it might be more of a selfish motive, right? So look, when you as you get older, so many people are like, I didn't really like her, but she's a great person. I wanted to learn, I wanted to grow, and just kind of we just got intimate, and stories happen of all kinds, right? So if but I'm assuming obviously my audience is typically on the younger age, like this Discord as well. So a lot of people are not have not yet experienced that, let alone hearing that, right? So, and this is a live server. I mean, we got people still talking, right? Still typing, right? Um, Look, again, 88 people. This server has just been open for a month and 6 days, and it's just so much volume, so much energy, um, and he's just very, very excited, right? So, I'm really happy to see this, right? I mean, I tell all my interns at work, again, I work at a bank, I'm a full time investment analysis officer. And I tell people all the time, especially all my interns, like no matter how things go, you just have to put yourself out there. Now, this also goes to the people in any server that's not really participating. You're never ever gonna learn if you don't step up. It's literally like that first two rows of students that sit in the front of the classroom on the first day of school or college. You can easily tell who has the drive, who has the ambition to truthfully learn. Right now, if you're sitting on the back of the class, I'm not trying to be an asshole, because I used to be one of those for the longest time too. Until I got to college, where I realized, I'm paying for this shit, right? I'm paying six figures just for some bullshit that nobody else cares about. When you understand that everything that you do has a price tag, you start taking it a lot more serious, right? And when you realize that your time is ticking, and that, bills are eventually just one day closer for you to paying it, um, or I should say a bill a day, each day that goes by, that bill is a day closer to knocking on your door. I mean, I chose the most complicated way to kind of describe that. But anyways, you got to take life seriously, right? There's times to party, there's times to enjoy it, there's times to work hard, and whatever you do it hard. I'm a huge fan of that. If you're gonna party, get fucked up, do it, and have the best party ever. Live it like it's your last party, right? Obviously, have fun. Don't do some dumb shit, right? Obviously. But then at the same time, if you're gonna study, if you want to do something, do it with the best of your ability, right? So, a lot of people here, I mean, he said it the best, right? So if you understand Spanish, then you probably understand that. Just shoot for the stars. You might land on the moon. Don't give up. But you gotta be disciplined. And whatever losses that you take before, you have to keep each one of those lessons in the back of your mind with the next attempt in your journey, right? So, again, pretty active server. We have a profits channel over here. A lot of people, I mean, I know a lot of people see these big numbers. Obviously, this is me. For those who don't know, by the way, this is me. This is day 4 of my small account. $55. This account is now close to $400, I believe, which is great. Honestly, should have been closer to 600, but it is what it is. This account, on the other hand, my primary account, I just took a quick scalp. This is honestly, again, this is just me being slightly in profit. This is really just me. Once I get in profit, I adjust my stop loss on all of the accounts. And these, I know over here on my screenshot, it looks like different trades, but if you look at the time, I mean, I took what? It was it was 4 lots plus a different trade. So it was supposed to be 4 lots, so 4 trades. I wasn't in at the same time. I don't really know why there's a time difference, but it does it. That's how that stupid ET works with MT4, MT5, whatever. But anyways, $8,100 just in a mere. It was less than a minute. It was a mere 49 second trade, right? So, what's funny is that I really wanted to see this flush hard. I took a sell on. It was this one. I took a sell over here. I was trying to chase this earlier, actually, but I just wasn't feeling confident. Then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I took a sell on this account, and next thing you know, she came back up. She curled her way back up, and that's when I got on my small account. Now, I just got lucked out on this because it literally dumped just for 4 points, and the moment I got in profit, if I didn't adjust my stop loss to entry, I mean, she shot up like another 70, 80 points, right? So could have been literally $280, $300 loss, and that account right now is sitting at, let me check it out. It's actually sitting at $479. So the total on day 4 of $198 account flip is currently at $479, right? So we made $300 worth of profit from last Friday to this Friday in the span of 1 week. Could be a lot better. I think that's honestly slow because I did struggle a lot this week. But anyways, let's just get back to the bigger picture, right? What did I do? What did I see on a bigger picture? Now, strongly, just referring to the buy at New York market opening session. My chart looks a little bit messy. Let me rewind it. Again, we're on the 15-minute time frame, if you can see on the top left. I actually trade pre-market. So, now, look, you really gotta be able to read candles, right? So let's, make sure that they're all spread apart, right? So came up, drop, came up, drop, came up, drop, came up, drop. When we finally had this bullish candle, she came back, tested. So obviously we know there's something right here, right? Came up, and then, as soon as it came down, it tested this, it wicked it over here with a green candle, and then it pushed up, came down, pushed up. Now we're slowly making our way back down. It's kind of weird because when we had these massive candles, I wanted to see something kind of being held down here, right? Now, what's weird is that, and again, I'll just make it clear again, delete these little white drawings. What was weird is that, again, we had these 3 candles, 3 wicks indicated that there's something here. But I knew that we had to basically stay within this zone right here, right? So um here in hindsight, I didn't have that blue line. I mean, I did, but it wasn't accurate. But the action pre-market was just crazy. Um, I thought, pre-market that we would have this nasty push up, but then at the same time, I was like, well, I also see that we could be rejecting right here, right? We could be rejecting right here because every time she came up, drop. 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 Came up, drop. Came up, drop. Right. So every time she came down here, push back up, right? So you always want to look for where the big wick candle, I mean, sorry, where the big wicks are and where the big single candles are, right? Those candles like this one over here, this one over here, this one over here, this one over here. Those are basically huge indications of the banks and all these big institutions moving price to a certain key level, right? So it's an attempt, and when you understand what that attempt is, where those big institutions are attempting to push price, you can honestly read price better, right? So, look, I am up 300, almost a little over 300,000 actually. I'm up, how much is it? Yeah, I'm up 309. I thought it was 312. Okay, so it's 309. I'm up 309K on the month. Look, it is what it is. It's just a number. But you have to learn how to trade first. You have to learn what the charts are doing first, right? So if you can't understand this, that's where numbers honestly start to throw you. You get weaned hard, or you start jerk yourself off that you're rich, this and that. You're an entrepreneur, and none of that still till this day comes into my mind. Right now, I was young. I'm just 25, but I was younger when I was 20, 21, 22, and I was like, you know what? I can do this. I don't need a job. But then I ended up getting a job a few years after I became profitable in trading, and I realized life is boring, and so trading realistically just takes maybe 1.5 hours. And even then, I like to trade nothing more than just the first 30 to 45 minutes, right? Now, sometimes I like to linger, I like to stay on the charts, just kind of see what's doing, kind of forward test as a matter of fact, just to kind of improve my edge.